There she is right there. We almost died in that one. Am I even going to take the same exact amount of damage? How much damage do you think I'm going to take? Here we go. Alright, let's say you wanted to make a base out of the Dishong Tower. You wanted to live up at the top, repair this, make it nice, give yourself some sort of suite up here, but you don't want to have to worry about going all the way down every single time. What are your options? Well, you have the ocean candies. You can, I guess, fly off of here if you make like a little lip ramp to gyrocopter on and off. You can use the hay bales, question mark. You can use a pool, question mark. Or you can do a special little trick that I'll show you. So I don't have a bag down, but I think that we can all agree if I were to fall from this height that I would die. Right? So let's go ahead and... Now I'm just gonna go ahead and use this spot right here in the corner. 2, 3, 4. Just to be sure that we're not gonna screw up by hitting a spot that's not really considered hay. We can even go 3 stacks high. Now I believe, and my guess is that I'll survive, but I'm gonna break a leg. Let's go ahead and just drop down and see. Oh god. Yep. So that's not awful, I guess, if you have a bunch of steroids expendable or you need to just bail. So that's not the worst possible thing. One more time. Boom, there it is. Okay. So yeah, we're just breaking a leg. Not the end of the world, but not very convenient either. Let's go ahead and move on to something different. So we can go ahead and make ourselves a little pool also, right? That'd be fine. So let's do that here. Let's go ahead and get up to the top. All right, here we go. See the pool right there? Should slow us down. Oh, that almost killed me. Would you look at that? Interesting. Okay, so yeah, that brings me down to 10 health both times. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a better way to do. And if you're in here, once you fall into the water, if that didn't kill you, so if you wanted to make this taller, you'd have to slowly rise up. This is full speed. I'm holding shift in space, moving forward, moving up, and then you have to get yourself out, get like a ladder. The ladders make the water harder to place, so really this is a just huge pain and not practical at all. We're gonna try something a little bit different here. 4 blocks deep of water right there. When we fell through it, basically killed us. I mean, we had 10 health. That's nothing. This is the same 4 blocks deep of water here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If the ground is at 46 meters, this is less than 100 meters up. Not that tall. I mean, it's tall, but 126 meters. So yeah, like around 80 meters up. We're gonna go ahead and drop into that pool. There she is right there. We almost died in that one. Am I even gonna take the same exact amount of damage? How much damage do you think I'm gonna take? Here we go. None. None! I have to imagine it has to do with how your body is like 2 blocks high. And so by having the space underneath, you have like more time in the water to slow down. As opposed to with this one. I mean, I'm only really falling a few blocks before I hit the ground, when I still have like the space of this current block and the one underneath me to get through, or at where my feet is. But in this case, you can just make it 2 if you want, but I like the 3, gives you a little bit of leeway. So 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna go ahead and place the block there. So we have 3 blocks of space underneath. That's gonna be 1. So we'll just do the 3 again. We won't make it super massive. Make this practical. I believe this should be fine for structure. Just add a little bit of support right there. The windows technically support it, but I'd rather not have something so fragile. I'll just do both those like that. Alright. 2, 3, 4. We're not gonna go any higher than that. And what you're seeing, that glimmer, is an artifact of the water. It just adds this dumb texture filter, or whatever you want to call it. And you can just fix it by restarting if it's a solo. If it's a server, you might have to like restart the server for that to completely go away. I'm not actually 100% sure. I haven't tried it on a server yet, but on my private, when I leave and come back, it'll be just fine. Alright, now, here's where things are gonna get a little magical. I'm gonna go ahead and get some hatches out. Now, basically that little square, the little one, is always in the far back left corner if you want that hatch to open up to you. You know, I mean, you're just gonna have to figure out what you like best. Just stick with it. So if I flip that around twice now, all three of those are gonna be in that right direction. You know, I don't get it every time. Sometimes I screw up. It's not a huge deal, but it is kind of tedious. I wish I could see a way to place these better, something more obvious, but that's okay. We made it work. That's why I have these here. If you really want, obviously, just place a hatch. You can see which way it opens up. It's opening toward me. You see those hinges there. Why they couldn't just add those to the metal ones, don't know, but it's more wasteful to upgrade it. Not by a whole lot, but it is. You waste wood. Anyway, here we are gonna go ahead and place these down here. Now we're gonna start having some fun. I find when placing the water, when you see like those little pillars, a lot of the times it will eventually fall if you don't place another water block in time. Now right now this is just being stubborn. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and the moment of truth. Voila. The water stays. I'm gonna go ahead and restart, and we're gonna get rid of that glimmer. Be right back. Alright. And as we see, we saw the glimmer when we were kind of in this area. Glimmer's gone. So that's the idea. I came up with it after my buddy asked me to make a watchtower that I maybe made a little bit too tall and needed a fast way to get down, since the idea for the tower was to use it during horde nights. Without getting into too many details about it, I will be making a series on that base eventually, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and show you a fancy version of this that I'm using in that base. Alright, this is my extreme example version, also as well as my bougie version. I'll tell you what, working with the concrete is much easier. If you just want it for effectiveness, just stick with how it was made previously. If you want something that looks a little shiny, this is going to be how it's done. At least this is the example of it. I think if you want the build video, I'll go ahead and make that. Otherwise, you can design this however you want. Genuinely, the bulletproof glass blocks makes it a huge pain. But let's just go ahead and take a look here. Same 4 blocks of water deep, same 2x3. Only difference is that this has the see-through and that there's 2 of them like this. You know, I could have made it just deeper, and I did. Where did I do that at? Here we go. So this is gonna be the most, that I've needed. I think that I could still die if I go from too high, like 2,000 up, but I don't think you can build that high. We'll go ahead and take a look at that in a second. For now, we can go ahead and start with 100 meters, which is gonna be taller than Dishong. Definitely with both of them, we're going to be able to make that easy. If you're doing God mode around this while you're building it, be careful not to shift Q, which is this, if you don't know, through the water. My buddy did it and it broke the water, so you just don't want to have to deal with that. So we can go ahead and just go from here. This is 100 meters, and each one of these shift Qs about 100 meter. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 500 meters. I have a sniper with me, so you can line yourself up with it. You just aim all the way down. You see him kind of spinning like that. It's just dead center. So we're at 547 meters. We're gonna press Q and just drop down. Not touch the keyboard, because if you're looking down and you're adjusting yourself mid-flight, you're gonna end up increasing your speed. So your tests aren't gonna be valid. But there it is, 500 meters right there. and I was able to drop and not take a single bit of damage. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if this is gonna work. I can't remember if I did this. I think I did, and I died. I'm pretty sure I died. Here we go. 1,000 meters up. Oh, yeah. So that's where the other one comes into play. Having this space, I think, is less effective. I think that's 10 blocks deep. 11. No, I think it's 11 blocks deep. You should be 1,000 meters up. Let me get myself lined up here. That looks about right. I'm gonna drop down. 1,000 meter drop. Golden. So yeah, this is 11 blocks tall. I very distinctly remember 10 hurting me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. So there you have it. That's gonna be it for today. If you want to see the build video for the glass version and see what kind of struggles you might deal with, then definitely let me know, and I'll get that one edited up. But otherwise, thanks for stopping by. I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.